Don't you ever get those days where sometimes you just feel like you can't really hit a solid iron at all? You thin it, you fat it, you toe it, you heel it. It just feels like anything that you try, it just doesn't feel like you can be able to hit a solid iron almost ever again. I always go back to this one little thing. If I struggle during any round of golf, if I really struggle to contact that ball as well as I can do, I always go back to this one little thing that really does help me strike that ball a lot sweeter in the middle of a round of golf. Don't forget, before we start, hit that link below to my website to get on the waiting list for lessons with myself here at Wickerby Park Golf Club. It's so frustrating. We might hit the ball sweetly off the tee and then we get to our second or third shots and the contact is just really, really poor and we just feel like we can't get it back during a round. This is the one thing I recommend to you that helps me massively strike that ball a lot sweeter. Now, when we think about striking that golf ball, we've got to think about squeezing that golf ball. Okay, so many of you try and scoop the ball, as we've said in previous videos. We've got to feel like we're squeezing that ball. But how best do we squeeze it without having to think about a ton of thoughts in our mind during the round of golf and to get our striking back on track? What I tend to do here is feel to be able to squeeze the ball as well as I can do. I feel that my left foot during the downswing and the through swing is completely planted on the ground. Okay, because what tends to happen as well, when we tend to scoop the ball up in the air, you'll notice how, going slightly to the extreme here, my left foot is nowhere near the ground. There's no stability there. I'm going to struggle to get that club to the ground where it should be. So my feeling, my thought process is when I'm struggling to strike it, I want my left foot to stay really nice and planted, because what that will do is help me hit into a nice solid left side on the way down and through. So I'm not sort of collapsing, because you'll notice when I collapse, my left heel raises up. You'll notice how, as I say, I'm not trying to help that ball up in the air. I'm going to struggle really for the contact there. I'm trying to make sure that my left foot for right-handed golfers is solidly on that ground on the way through. And you'll notice here, just taking some one-handed practice swings, just feeling like my left foot is stable to the ground, it makes it a lot easier to get that club to the ground where it should be, and therefore the quality of contact then goes straight up, absolutely through the roof. So try it. It doesn't need a huge amount of thought. It's just a simple little feeling to make sure when you're struggling, make sure that left foot is solidly in that ground. It's not leaving the ground, and therefore your contacts will just be a heck of a lot sweeter when you just really feel like you can't get it back on track during a round of golf.